Welcome back to the morning show. Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to review headlines of today's newspapers, and I'll be doing back with the recently welcomed co-host of mine who has left me for almost 2 weeks. Let's do the newspaper review.
All right, so we'll start the newspaper review, as always, with this day on Saturday, where the lead story says Olayemi Cardoso, ex-CitiBanker, steps in as new governor of troubled CBN. And the riders, Usoro, Mohamed Datijo, Philip Ikeazo, and Bala Bello are deputy governors. Tinubu seeks Senate confirmation of nominees. This is an interesting story because almost all the key, papers, practically all the papers, have it on cover. Punch says Tinubu names Cardoso as a Emefiele's replacement. A fate of acting governor deputies uncertain. It is one of the lead stories in Daily Trust, where the headline says Tinubu appoints Yemi Cardoso new CBN governor. And of course, all the other papers, the leadership says Tinubu finally sacks Emefiele, all deputy governors. But back to this day on Saturday, I think it's an interesting story, given the way that the editor, couched the headline, Olayemi Cardoso, ex-CitiBanker, steps in as new governor of troubled CBN. What this basically says is that the president is done with Godwin Emefiele and the acting, CBN governor and all the, deputy governors apparently. And now that he has sent the name of Olayemi Cardoso, one of his key men when he was Lagos State governor between 1999 and 2007. Cardoso, as you recall, was the commissioner for budget and national and economic planning in Lagos State, and he has done very well in the private sector, and of course with his public sector experience as a commissioner, and somebody who really has the ears of the president. People think that there will be a good working relationship between them once it's confirmed by the Senate. Yep. So we expect a new dawn.
Very soon. But there's a story up on the banner that really catches my eye. I've spoken about it this morning. Of this day, which reads, impending joint statement will clarify issues on Nigeria's visa flight engagements with the UAE. Of course, we're hearing from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, stating that the discussions between Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates on visa and flight issues are still ongoing and yet to reach the level of the lifting visa restrictions, and that when both countries complete discussions, they would issue a joint statement. So just reiterate what we spoke about earlier. Like, why didn't you just wait for everything to be sorted out before you make the whole country jubilate that they can finally go to
I'm not so sure what, if what the minister has said, is necessary. But I think that we're trying to move away from the very docile and colorless, if you like, way of running the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the past. We've said it, several times. We had more from Abike Dabiri as the chair of the Diaspora Commission than the Foreign Affairs Minister. In fact, the ministry during Buhari days. So I think that two guys basically trying to say that this is our ministry, we know what we are doing and we will speak. But hey, let's see what happens. The minister is basically saying something totally different from what Ajuri Ngalale said. So we wait and see what has happened. We can't ignore the defeat terrorists swiftly. Army chief orders commanders. But that's interesting to me because when the president tells the army chief, defeat terrorism, the army chief now goes to his commanders and say, defeat terrorism. I mean, it's
all right, then.
It's interesting, isn't it?
It's time for us to
really
say
have
our
to go.
goodbyes.
So that brings us to the end of the morning show today. Thank you for watching. I'm Steve Ayorede. Stay safe.
And I'm Shaiton Atigari. From our entire team here in Lagos, Nigeria, enjoy the rest of your morning and, of course, the rest of your day. Goodbye.